Hey everyone, it's Bree. I'm back with another scrapbook process video for SpiegelMom Scraps, and I'm super excited to share this one with y'all today. I'm going to be using just one sequin mix today. I have chosen to use Sweet Things, which I absolutely love. I'm also going to be using my August How to Kill a Kit with Style kit that I created, and as soon as I saw the mix Sweet Things, I knew it would match perfectly with this Chamel collection, and for the life of me, I don't remember which one this is called. But it matched perfectly, and then once I saw this cloud paper, I knew that I wanted to use it, and I knew that I wanted to add sequins to each cloud, like kind of lay some sequins on there. And so these clouds are, it is a very busy pattern, so I opted just to use a portion of it and to kind of fussy cut around some of the clouds. And that's how I wanted my layout to be. So I wanted all the clouds to be on top, and then I wanted to add some mixed media onto the bottom, like the center going down to the bottom. So I am prepping some white cardstock with some white gesso. I was going to use clear, but I cannot open my clear gesso. I have no idea why. It just dries, so I can't open it. And I don't shake it up. I don't know. It's just weird how I can't open it. So anyways, okay, so for my mixed media, I am going to be using some Shimmers paints. And of course, it's not a layout from me if I don't use my favorite color, which is a Vibes, and it's in Frostbite. And this is one of my top 3 colors. I absolutely love this color. It's such a pretty blue, and it matches Sweet Things perfectly, and then also matches the Chamel paper as well. So I'm just doing the packaging technique and splattering the color on and just letting it run. I did add quite a bit of water to it because I wanted it to be very watercolory, I guess you could say. And the next color that I've added, it's a colorings, so it doesn't have any sparkle. It's just like a flat color, and it's in Punked Up Purple, and I love this one. It's so pretty. So I was definitely feeling the blues, the purples, and then like the teal. I don't know if it's teal. I guess it's more, yeah, it's teal and mint that's in that cloud paper. Because in the photo, my friend Joy, she's wearing like a white and blue shirt, and I've got a jean jacket on. So it just matched perfectly with my photo, or everything did basically. So that's the layout that I'm going for, not the layout, yeah, the design that I'm going for, where my photo is going to sit on top of the mixed media. And so it's going to be like the color is coming down from the clouds. And yeah, so I'm going to put aside my paper to let it dry, and oh wait, no, not yet. I'm adding, this is a Shimmers in Ultramarine. So I wanted some more shimmer onto my mixed media portion, so I added some shimmers just to get like some splatters of that ultramarine, to get more shimmery splatters. Okay, so this is where I put it aside to dry, because like I said, it was I did add a lot of water to get the color moving. So I placed it to the side of my desk so it can dry out while I moved forward with placing the sequins on some of these clouds. And there's really no rhyme or reason to me placing the sequins on. I just, of course, my glue, the struggle was real for this one. Like, I don't understand, like my clear gesso couldn't open, and then one of my little tiny glue bottles that I absolutely love, it's, I think it's clogged, like at not where the tip is. I don't know what's wrong, but I squeeze it and none of the glue comes out. I'm not sure what is going on. And I've cleaned it, I've cleaned the nozzle, I don't know. So I'm just using my fine line bottle, and I'm just placing just little drops of glue and randomly placing the sequins onto each cloud. I'm trying to get a little bit of, at least one of each type of sequins, because in this mix there are large sequins, the cupped ones, and then she's got a few sizes of some, they're kind of flat, not really, but they have like little edges to them. And then she's got some like pink flowers, and yeah, so there's like flowers, there's gold stars, there's little gray sequins. I just absolutely love this mix. So I'm just taking a few from each type, and I'm placing it on the cloud where it would be like lying off to the side or in the corner, and so it kind of looks random. And I cut out most of it so you guys don't have to see me place each sequin on each cloud, because I, basically did one at a time. And so yeah, so I cut out most of that, and then when you look at the final photos, you can see exactly up close as to how I laid each sequin down. And I've got this is the next day. I let everything dry. And so I've got my mixed media down, and now I'm working on layering up some pattern paper behind my photo. So I added some blue Amy Tangerine pattern paper, and then I added, I think that heart paper that was one of the Hip Kit exclusive papers from one of the kits. So I backed my photo with that, and then I kind of, bent one of the corners and stapled it down so some of the teal could show through on the other side, because I liked that color and I liked the pop that it gave it. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere my pattern paper with my sequins down, and I love how it turned out. I just love how cool, the cool tones on this layout. It's just, I don't know, I just love the blues and the purples. It's so pretty. Now, I did think about using this Hello chipboard piece. It unfortunately doesn't end up making it to my layout. I did choose a different piece for Hello, because my title is going to be Hello, Sweet Friend. This photo was taken of me and my friend Joy probably 7 years ago, I think. We went to a Japanese restaurant for lunch, and we worked together. And I just, the quality of my picture isn't that great because, back then the cameras were, it's funny because back then we thought the cameras on our phones were, oh, it's so amazing. So that's why it's not that great. And it was not very lit, I guess, in the restaurant. It was very dim. It was like a hibachi restaurant. So anyways, yeah, that's of me and my friend. So my title is Hello, Sweet Friend. She is the sweetest. And I'm adding, I added a little strip of vellum underneath, and the fox piece, her name is Joy, and that little fox piece says, "Oh Joy." And I thought it was so cute, but it just didn't, I try to make it work. You'll see me trying to, find a different place for it, but it just doesn't work, unfortunately. So I might have to say that for another layout for an eye. And there is my new piece that says Hello. I use that. This is from the Chamel die cut pack for this collection. And that is a die cut pack I think I picked up at Tuesday morning, like last year, and just never have used. And then these alphas are from the Hip Kit Club. And I'm going to I'm going to spell out friend, and then I'm going to choose another exclusive alpha kit, or alpha set, from Hip Kit to write. Why do I keep saying write? To spell out sweet. So it'll say, "Hello, sweet friend." And what else have I done while I was talking about my friend Joy? I don't think I've done anything. So the die cuts, those were not in my How to Kill a kit. I had just pulled those from my stash and used those. And I think I have the sticker book that goes with it, but I couldn't find it. So maybe another day. Now I'm just trying to go through the die cuts as well as some other embellishments from my kit to see what else I could layer up behind my photo. And I did choose these two tags. And it's kind of a shame when you use these tags, from the die cut piece, and you kind of hide them. But it does provide little pops of color and as layering pieces. So I don't know. I just need to use my stuff and not hoard them, because I love tags, and I will tend to hoard them because I want to show them off, but the majority of the time I end up tucking them behind things anyway. So I don't know. I can't explain my logic. That's just how I operate. Okay, so I've got these two die cut hearts that I'm adding. I just layered those up, and I was gonna add that little piece. I think it said something about simple things. I had it in my, originally it was laying down, and then when I picked up everything and then started gluing down, I believe I moved some of the placement of those hearts, and it didn't work out, so I pushed that to the side. And I'm using these wooden buttons from also the Chamel line, and I'm looking at the packaging now, and it doesn't even say what collection this is, and it's a couple of years old, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. And you guys are probably, those that are familiar with it and do know, you're probably like, oh, it's this. And yeah, so leave it in the comments below if you remember what this line is called. So that was me just going through the rest of my kit to try to see if there's anything else I could add. And that's when I add the rest of my title. And, well, I'm gluing this down because it's kind of popping up. The vellum I made it a little too long, so I'm just going to trim it down because I don't know, it was sticking up too much and I didn't like it. So yeah, I'm adding sweet to finish off my title. The only thing that I don't add to this, even in the final photos, is journaling. So I'll have to go back and add some journaling. I'm really bad about that. Yeah, I tend to keep on a few of my layouts. Sometimes I don't add it because I'm like, oh, I already know about it. But then people looking at my layouts, you know, it's kind of nice to see, hey, where were y'all at? And what were you guys doing? Yeah. So anyways, this is where I go through my little bin of Vicky Bouton leftovers from a die cut set. And I didn't find anything there to add. I am going to go through and add some enamel stars. And when I did place the gold stars from the sequin mix, I placed them around, like in between the clouds, like if, you know, for the stars, like in the sky. And so I went around and added some enamel stars next to the gold foil stars. And I love how that turned out. And let's see, what else am I doing? I think I'm just checking to see if I want to add anything else, like feathers. There was something that I wanted to add right in that section right there that I'm trying out. I didn't want to hide the black hearts, but it felt too empty to me, and everything that I was trying covered it all up. I did consider this adorable bunny, but it did add a different, I think it added more pink than I needed it to, and then it added so much of it that my eye was drawn more to the bunny than to the photo and to everything else. So the bunny didn't make it. And I am looking through some Amy Tangerine pieces to see if there's something I can add. And when all else fails, use an arrow. Like, I love to add arrows because it, you know, it also makes you look at it and then you look to see what it's pointing at. It draws your eye in again, so the photo is a focal point. So the photo makes it, and it's a perfect blue. And I love it. Really just finished off my layout, in my opinion. I love how it turned out with the addition of my arrow. And that is it. There's some me showing you the sequins. And don't forget to use my code Brianna15 to save you 15% off in the shop. And there is my final layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, and commenting on my videos. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye.